Henning Pauli here. Hello. Welcome to my demo of the, what's it called? The TE-70 Rosewood Deluxe blah 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 from Harley Benton. The demo is over hereby, and you can go home because you've heard everything you want to hear. There was a little bit of noodling in the beginning, and then there was a beautifully produced track for you. No, we're gonna talk a little bit about this puppy. Why was the track a country track that I worked very hard on and actually got like a blister on my finger? Ouch! Well, because that is kind of where Teles come from, especially as long as we're talking about the classic pickup configuration, which is 2 single coils. There's, of course, metal Teles with humbuckers and active pickups and all that stuff. Well, this one is more a traditional one. And that's why I thought, let's do a traditional track. So, why do I look like a complete dork with this polo shirt? I'm not a polo shirt guy. Well, THOMANN was nice enough. You can get these at THOMANN, by the way, to send me a nice shirt, and it's very high quality. So I thought, hey, let's be all businesslike and wear the polo shirt and, tell you about the Harley Benton TE-70 Rosewood Deluxe, blah, 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 something. So, before I do, setup later. This guitar is, I don't know, 100 something, 139? Let's say it's 139. If not, the correct price should be right under my finger. Of course, the eye candy on this guitar is what counts. They have a traditional looking Tele in their product line as well. But the freaking cool thing about this thing is that it's completely rosewood veneer. It's of course not rosewood, it's wood. Do you care? It's probably basswood, basswood, I don't know how to say that. Linde. The traditional wood. And nice neck about, it's not super thin, it's not super thick, just a nice, I would call this a, I don't know shapes. Let's call it C shape. You can clearly see there's a truss rod put in, covered again with wood. Tuners that work, but the whole thing is beautiful rosewood veneer. Back, front, it just looks like my grandmother's furniture. It actually looks a lot better. Pickups, Wilkinson pickups, so that's quality for you right there. A Wilkinson traditional Tele bridge with 3 adjustable thingies. What else do you need to know? I mean, a guitar in that price range, we're really not usually talking about super minute details in quality. We're talking about, is it tunable? Okay, do the tuners work? Is it even functional? How are the notes? Are the notes in tune? Are the frets sticking out on the side, or can you hurt yourself? And how is the string action? Those are usually the questions we ask ourselves. Now, for all the Harley Benton guitars I'll be reviewing in this series, we can go a lot further, because all these are a given. Beautiful fretwork, action right from the factory is great. It could probably be a little bit lower, but this is also a more traditional instrument where the action traditionally is a little bit higher. And I think they took that into account. It is tunable. Of course, the tuners aren't the super highest quality, but they work. I've had a little bit of trouble with this instrument getting it in tune. I'm thinking it's reacting to the studio atmosphere and it's getting winter, so hot, warm, hot, warm. But my €2,500 LSL, I also always have trouble with tuning. Maybe it's a Tele thing that they're hard to tune. So, usually guitars in this price range, we're not asking how close it, how good of a Tele sound is it. Because For me, all the guitars in that price range kind of sound like, wood with metal strapped to it and you pluck it. There isn't really, does it sound like a Tele? It looks like one, but it doesn't sound like one. Wrong. These Harley Benton guitars actually sound exactly like what the model is supposed to sound like. If it's got P90s, guess what? It sounds like P90s. If it's got a mahogany body, guess what? It sounds like a Les Paul. This one sounds like a Tele, and it does that extremely well. In terms of craftsmanship, I cannot find anything wrong with it. Okay, the neck is has a nice clear coat on it. It feels good. You've seen the pictures in the slideshow in the beginning. They were close-up shots. Can't make this shit up. Yeah, so let's go into... No, we don't. Out of the 6 guitars I have, 3 guitars had a problem with the jack. Okay? In this one, I actually had to replace it with an all-parts jack. And the guys at THOMANN were very concerned about this. Not because of the videos, they even mentioned it in the videos, but because they were thinking something's wrong with it. Okay, we are thinking now, and they are on the case for us to find out that it might be a problem with this particular plug, okay, which is a Neutrik silent plug, and they seem to be just a tiny tad longer. Now, why this seems to break the jack when you first insert it, we don't know. It doesn't make sense, and they clearly said, yeah, but it shouldn't. Okay, it has to work with any kind of jack, and they're on the case. In case this happens, and the jack does break on your guitar, haha, guess what? 3-year warranty. Okay, so they would fix that for you for 3 years. Now that's crazy. Usually something like that happens in the first week or something. So you just send it back and get a new one. Other than that, it gets repaired. So, come on, $139, 3-year warranty? What the fuck? So that's why I'm openly mentioning that there was something wrong with the jack. Because, what a great instrument. If something really happens, you send it back. So, well, here is the setup. Okay, and here's the setup. Here's the Mogami cable that the guitar is going through, and it's going into some sort of drive. Depending on the guitar, I'm going to show you a picture right here. Okay, those are the pedals we're using. They're being powered with the Carl Martin Pro Power. That is then going, there's of course, tuner. That is going into the, right there, Strymon Brigadier analog delay, and then into the Sir Badger. In the effects loop of the Sir Badger, we got the Strymon Big Sky. Let me show you those guys. That is going into the 112 cab. That's a warehouse speaker, a Veteran 30. They're being mic'd with an MB75 from THOMANN. It's an, SM57 copy, and it's a very good one. You can find the link under the video. And the SCT-2000 tube mic. Very, very cool. And I am speaking in another tube mic from the t.Bone, which is this. It's called the Retro Tube 2. And those are the cases for them. Crazy good. They're going into those power supplies where you can also switch the different pickup patterns. Then they're going into the Universal Audio 4710D preamp. And that's going into the Fireface 800, which is going into the computer. The AD is handled by the Universal Audio. It's just going light pipe into the computer. And that is pretty much it. Back to me now. Okay, and since you've already, heard the thing, let's just go through a couple of basic sounds so you hear it. Front pickup into the Badger by itself, nice C major. by front, I mean neck. Nice round and warm sound. You've already heard it in the intro where I did this and broke my fingers. Something like that, wow. Well, let's hear this with some reverb from the big Sky. But when you're talking about Tele and you're talking about country guys, we're talking about compressors. I've got the MXR Dynacomp here and a more yellow comp, so let's hear it with the compressor, because when it comes to the clean sound, that's what those guys do. Dynacomp. And the yellow comp, that's slightly different flavor. Okay, let's stick with this guy. And let's go to the middle position and see what it sounds like. There's your Tele right there. What am I doing? Just a guitar that you feel really comfortable with staying clean, because it's there. So even in the back, which I don't really like clean, on the Tele, hells yeah. I wish I could play better, but I got a blister on my freaking finger right there. So, in terms of clean, maybe we add some delay, as some people say. Why is it a delay? It's a delay. Okay, I'm delaying something. In English, I'm not saying, you know what, you were delayed. No, that's what you say. You wouldn't say, hey, you know, the train got delayed. The term is delay, people. Not, it's a delay. Learn the frickin' language. Okay. Buy that thing. That E was a little bit mean. but you kind of expect a Tele to eat your head, which, well, there you go. Now, let's go and kick in some drive from the Mobile Minotaur, which is just a gentle overdrive. I wouldn't see this as a metal guitar. So, how many people will play stuff like this on a €139 guitar? Good question. Most people will probably play power chords, so let's test that. We're gonna crank up our little Sir body here. I'm gonna go with Can Do, not too shabby. A little bit lead sound, and that's pretty much it from me. Cranking up the Minotaur, putting these puppies back on, and we see how she flies. Yeah, but let's actually see that in context. In a track which you can download, if you want to play along yourself, below in the descriptions, please do so. And I'll see you in a minute.
happened there in you know, while I was playing in that one section with my lips. Did you see that? It was like as if I was like trying to sing that lick. Look at it again. What the crap? Let's look at that in slow motion. Let's just make sure that never happens again.
Now, I think we've seen everything, heard everything. If you're in the market for a Tele that also looks nice, careful. If you're on a stage, likelihood is, unless you've got a big ass light on you, that this beautiful color will pretty much look like black, because it's all, you know, dark brown and darker brown, so likely it will feel nice that you play a beautiful guitar, but I don't think that the optics will actually be seen unless you're very, very brightly lit. But who cares? It's a beautiful guitar. $139, I think. If you're in the market for this guitar or any other gear that I've tested, or used for this test, please feel free to use. No, don't feel free. Freaking use them. My links under this video in the description, because I get rewards points and stuff, and then I can, you know, buy a burger. Links to the other Harley Benton reviews coming up after this. I'm out. I see you on the flippity flop.